Hey, what up, family? This time from No Picks Podcast.
Good evening. It's Joe checking in. No Picks Podcast.
All right, so check this out, family. So today we have a clip of Dana White making comments about the state of our potential readiness as a country as far as dealing with other nations militarily. Right. So we're
All
gonna play
right.
the video and we're gonna respond to it.
All right.
If we go to war right now, are you confident in this generation that we have right now that these guys are going to go out and storm some beach somewhere or whatever? There's a small handful of people, most of them probably down around the Bible Belt and down south, that'll actually stand up and fight this country right now. It's scary. Habib's crew in Dagestan could probably come in and take over this country right now because this generation is such a bunch of different mentality. We're getting soft.
Yeah.
We're getting weak. Every 10 years, we get softer and weaker. If we go to war right now.
Yo, why Dana roast us, bro?
Yeah, he did roast. He roasted himself too, apparently, right? But
Yo.
all right. So my question to you, Joe, is this: does Dana have a point?
Yes. Absolutely. This is one of the reasons we were also felt compelled to start podcasting because we were like, yo, bros is weak. We don't have a space to talk about male issues or to talk about the fact that this generation of men are in fact weaker. They're just physically, they're weaker. Like character wise, they're weaker. Like we have a lot of men. I think that yes, bro. I agree, and I've been saying that for the longest time, bro.
Right.
Do you think he was on point?
I do. I think he's on point. I think he listen, Dana White. I like Dana White a lot. I didn't like him before, but for some reason I like him now as I'm getting
Yeah.
older in my old age, 35 years of living. Right.
Yeah.
I like him more now, right? Because I respect his no BS approach to a lot of comments that when people ask him. So the first thing, I got two stories. So my first story is this. I have one of my jobs, right? I have a couple jobs, right? But one of my jobs, I work at UPS overnight, and that's probably what I'm going to do after this. And a guy, he was like a supervisor or whatever. He saw that I had like an army shirt when I was working one day. He comes to me one day. He's like, "Hey, can you help me get into the military? I really want to get into the military." He's like 21, 22. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. So I put him in contact with a recruiter that I knew. So he's talking to her back and forth, whatever, and he ends up signing up for the military.
Nice.
And right, and he's this Hispanic dude that he's super cool. I like him. And he goes away. He goes to training. Right. He calls me one day, probably like 2 months later. And I'm like, I thought it was weird because you're not normally allowed to have your phone randomly or whatever. So they kind of change the rules for the new motherfuckers.
Okay.
So he calls me. He's like, yo, he's like sniffling and shit. I hear him like doing that shit. And I'm on the phone. I'm like, I'm at work. I'm at at my job or whatever during the day. I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, yo, is there something you can do? Like, can you get me up out of here? And I'm like, what you mean? He like, yo, I can't deal with this. He's like, yo, they wake us up early in the morning. They make us run. I can't eat what I want to eat. I can't call my mom when I want to call her. And I'm on the phone listening to him talk, bro, for literally maybe 2 minutes, right? And he like, yo, I just don't like this. I don't like it. So I'm like, yo, and I forget it. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm like, bro, what did you expect? You know what this nigga said to me? He said, I thought it was gonna be like Call of Duty. I thought we was gonna wake up and play video games and be like a summer camp kind of thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, have you could just go on YouTube and just look at military stuff.
That's crazy.
Yo, he's crying. He's like, so I'm like, bro, so first of all, bro, he's calling me, right? I'm in the National Guard. I'm a sergeant in the National Guard. If anybody listening to this knows anything about that, I have absolutely zero power. I'm not some kind of fucking brigadier general or some kind of crazy big time person.
Yeah.
Even if, when you sign that contract, it is what it is.
Right.
I can't pull you out, even if it was my son or something. I can't just pull him out and be like, listen, I said he coming out. That's not how it works. He's an adult. He signed a contract. So, right. Is there something you can do? I'm telling this thing on the phone. I'm like, bro, there's nothing I can do. I don't know what you want me to do. I introduced you to a recruiter. That recruiter couldn't get you out if they wanted to.
Right.
So he started talking suicidal stuff, and he's like, "Listen, whatever." He said whatever to them. He got like chaptered out type shit. So he couldn't make it through training because he missed his mommy, he missed his home cooked meals and all that shit. So
Wow.
so right. So I saw like an Instagram video of him, and he's coming home in like his military uniform, like a conquering hero. His mom picking him up, posted on the joint. She like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you back." Blah blah. A whole time, this nigga got kicked out of the joint because he was mentally unstable to handle being away from his mommy.
Right. You know, you got to lie for the gram.
You got to lie for the gram.
You got to lie for the gram.
So my thing is, bro, like if these are the kind of people, that we got, kind of like making these moves, then like, yo, honestly, the people in the military now, if some kind of foreign country fuck with us right now, we cool. We still got the what's the generation before? Generation X. We still got Generation X and the millennials right now, hard body. Them they repelling shit. They know they on that type time. Any country, bro, wait 20 years, you could take over this whole fucking country with like what Dana White said. With Habib's crew in 20 years, we'll take this whole shit over because all these motherfuckers would be like, if you just attack the Wi-Fi center or whatever that is, we done, bro. We gonna cry. We gonna be like, yo, you know what?
And in 20 years, imagine how much more obese our population is because we're already on the rise. We already have the highest amount of obese people of the entire globe. Like we have the highest concentration of obese people, so we're only going to get more unhealthy, more out of shape. They already said that the military recruitment like numbers are already declining. Like they need more soldiers, they need more people to get in. Like, and those numbers are already dropping. It's becoming more difficult for that as well for numerous reasons. But like, but we're getting soft, and the population is getting softer. When I think of men now, I think about some kid playing. I'm thinking about some kid playing video games on Twitch all day.
Bro,
you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Just straight up, just playing video games, playing Call of Duty, playing 2K, like just like getting soft, eating junk, like you know what I mean? Like not being active, not being physical, don't know how to fire a firearm, don't know how to, not into combat sports, can't even defend themselves, like can't do nothing, like just soft, bro, just soft. And we've gotten so comfortable. Society has made things so comfortable for us that over time, that is what happens to our men. They get soft, bro, and I'm seeing it. And I'm not saying that in a positive thing, bro. It's horrible.
Let me say this. There was this millionaire dude I saw. I was watching TikTok one day, and this millionaire dude, I don't know his name or anything like that. I don't know a lot of motherfuckers' name on TikTok, right? I'm still new to TikTok. However, there was this dude who says something that I thought was like really, really interesting, right? So this guy says he was a millionaire, right? Let's just assume he was a millionaire, right? He was like me. He was a millionaire. He was like, I'm fine. You know, I'll be cool for the rest of my life. He was like, my children, the children that he has, whatever, will be fine. They'll have more money they can spend in their lifetime. My grandchildren will be fine because I made enough money in my lifetime to where if they, you know, spend their money responsibly, they can still live very comfortably. He said the children under them will be poor because the first two generations will spend all the fucking money because they don't know, they don't have an appreciation of what it took to gain that wealth. So they won't know. They don't have that same hunger that the dude on TikTok was talking. He was like, listen, I had that hunger. So like I had to, you know, figure out how to grind, how to do this, how to do that, save money, flip it, do all this shit. He's like, but the ones beneath me have no idea what it's like to be hungry and eat a syrup sandwich. And I think that's true. I think that's a true concept because like when I look at my kids now, I'm like, yo, like they'll never know what it's like to live how I live. When my oldest, right? Because my oldest is 7 right now. He could talk, whatever. I talk to this motherfucker, bro. I'd be like, you know, are you hungry? He'd be like, yeah. He wants like a fully loaded omelet from IHOP, and that's what he thinks of when he's like, you know, like that's like a normal breakfast. Yeah. Anything less than that, you give him a muffin, you give him, you know, a sandwich from IHOP, and he's like, I guess I'll eat it if you want, but like I'm not. So he has no like appreciation of that hunger. Like he never had to go to sleep hungry. He never had to go to sleep, you know, or you know, eat Cheerios at night for dinner, because if you didn't eat them Cheerios, you wasn't gonna have dinner. So
Right.
maybe
You don't
America
know,
has
bro.
to go through that same kind of progression. Like our generation, cool, whatever. Generation below us, maybe some country has to come over and fuck with us to get a whole group of motherfuckers. Because a lot of motherfuckers now are just like LGBTQ. Let's do LGBTQ shit. Let's all be bisexual and let's all be include. Like, listen,
Fluidity and
China don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Russia don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They will come here and bust y'all fucking ass, beat y'all the fuck up. They don't care about that shit. They not worried about no inclusionary shit. They will come here and take your shit if you let them take your shit. That's the way of the world.
Right.
But our generation, the generation below us, what's this, Generation Z? They don't understand that shit. They just all
Z and the
protest.
millennial is different.
Fucking let's all be vegan. Let's all
Right.
you mean like let's all be bisexual.
Toxic masculinity.
We all hate toxic masculinity. Guess what? Toxic masculinity created the fucking groundwork of this goddamn country, bro. Like it's just like if we didn't have toxic masculinity, we probably would have lost World War I and II.
We're not endorsing toxic masculinity. We're just saying.
I'm just like there's a place for that shit. And guess what? When we're in a situation where it's like, okay, be a man, like being manly today is like a frown upon. It's like, okay, well, why would you want to be that? Like, okay,
and that's another part of that, though. That's another part of the reason why our men are also softer. When I think about Gen Z and the millennials, more Gen Z, but some of our millennials still came out okay. But when I think of the Gen Z, like they're so much softer because these boys or these teenagers, these men were raised in that culture of we don't like toxic masculinity, men ain't ish, men are dogs, girl power, female empowerment. Like everything just kind of shifted and it became negative to be a masculine man or to even want to be traditional or to expect a traditional woman or a traditional household. Like all this went out the window, and it became kind of like something that was like frowned upon, or like you said, it became something that was stigmatized. Like to be a masculine man, you had to be like something else, a man who was more effeminate, more sensitive, more progressive or liberal, more, what I mean? Like and
bro,
men became softer, bro.
All this shit will change in a couple of years when Generation X pieces out. It's only millennials and Gen Z. All the shit will change if there's some kind of military conflict, and all these motherfuckers are like, okay, cool. Where are all the manly men at? Where are they? Where are they? Guess what, motherfucker? You kind of pushed them out of existence. Like now they're all in like Alabama shooting at wild hogs or something. Like
Right. And scientifically, bro, there's too much data now where it's showing that the fertility rate among men is decreasing. Like our sperm count is getting lower and lower and lower. Like there are more men who are dealing with infertility issues. There are more men who are dealing with hormonal issues. More men have low testosterone. The men who are born now, our testosterone levels just naturally, our free testosterone, are so much lower than our ancestors, like significantly lower. Like the average man now might be somewhere between like 300 to 600, whatever the unit of measurement is, but like that 300, 600 range. Whereas years ago, centuries ago, it was in the thousands, high thousands. You know what I mean? Like our testosterone levels were crazy back then, but also through eating all the processed, the refined shit, all the stuff with soy in it, all the plant-based stuff that's just been throwing off our hormones as well. Like scientifically and genetically, men are becoming weak. We're weak, bro. We ain't got no testosterone. We ain't got no sperm. We shoot blanks. We can't get it up. Like we're out of shape. Like men are just weak, bro. We've become, and it's sad to say this, but it's happening. I see it.
I can't imagine. Like my oldest, when I come to like like examples, I think of my oldest, right? I can't imagine my oldest going through the shit that I went through at his age. Yo, bro, like he wouldn't survive, bro. Like he's so like kind and gentle and sensitive that like he wouldn't survive.
His mom pie made him that way.
That's true. That's true. However,
I put that on his mom,
bro. Like
he better beat that shit out of him.
Even when he like, isn't that the goal? Like, ain't this what we here for? We work hard, make sure our kids don't have to live like how we live, right? So I don't want him have to eat, oodles and noodles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like I don't want that shit. So I think of it as a success, right? But I will say that like if something happens to me and there's like, bro, like he won't like a lot of these motherfuckers that I know personally won't be able to survive. And it's
Yeah,
like
it's real out here, bro.
it's
It's
real.
real out here, and that's why that's the process. That's part of the problems is that we become so comfortable. We have become so civilized and so comfortable. Especially, let's say, let's be specific, like in America, because we ain't in some third world country that's in
Yeah,
war, being bombed, or you know, what I mean, underdeveloped. But like in a developed nation, America, we live comfortable. Not perfect. There are problems, but we're
yeah,
comfortable, and that comfort has made us complacent, has made us soft,
right.
has made us not realize the imminent threats that are all around us now with like all these wars happening in the Middle East and in Europe and things that are connected to us and how the power is shifting. Like if somebody wanted to attack us, it's like like I said, would our men would be able to recruit strong enough men to go over there and fight? Like
Right now, yeah, we still the baddest, biggest, strongest motherfuckers on the block. 10 years from now, when all the Generation X motherfucker, when I go to my monthly military journals and all that, I see them
yeah,
people that was in the that's in the New Jersey National Guard now, that was in the
yeah,
Marines, that was in this, that was in that, and these motherfuckers they got all the stripes and all that. Them people will listen. They will lead us to victory. I have full 100% belief in those motherfuckers. Right. However,
however,
if they peace out, bro, like any country gotta just wait 10 wait 10 years. Wait 10 years
yeah,
because in about 5 years, 6 years, all those Generation X motherfuckers will age
sheesh,
out. They'll be old as shit. They'll be done. Bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
I hope not. I really hope not, bro. I hope
yo,
that before then, there's a shift in the culture and we start
it's
reclaiming our
toxic, bro.
masculinity
It's
and
toxic.
no.
It's toxic, bro. Like, listen, we're gonna be speaking, I don't know, whoever wanna invade us. I don't know, Czechoslovakian, whatever the fuck. Like, bro,
Yeah,
it's just we care more about like gender inclusivity and all that shit. Them other countries don't give a fuck about that. They want to take over the world, bro. Like China and like Russia want more fucking property. Russia
yeah.
want to make shit happen.
um, well, listen. I agree with Dana. Men are becoming weaker. Men are becoming softer, and this is part of the reason why we started podcasting too, because we feel like, yo, we got to start talking. Like as men, let us express our opinions. Let's talk about what we're noticing, and this is the trend now, bro. And yeah, you can call them soy
But the
boys.
problem also is being a manly man is bad today though. Like
Right.
it's not a
It's
good
frowned upon.
it's not a
It's
good
frowned
thing.
upon. Right. Right. It's not. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But the crazy thing is, even though it's frowned upon, independent feminist women still want a traditionally masculine
They say
alpha
that shit
male.
all the time. Like
Alpha male.
they be like,
I
yeah,
don't understand that, bro.
I don't get it either.
That's what I don't understand. Like, all right, I mean, I want to be on this feminist stuff and all this like female empowerment stuff. Bet toxic masculinity, patriarchy, all this, but then y'all want to try to lock down a man who's gonna take care of everything, a traditional
Right.
man. Anyway, bro, I'm glad we chose this clip.
Yeah.
Family, please let us know what you guys think. Um, do you guys think men are getting softer? Do you agree with our perspective? Do you agree with Dana White? Just chime in. Let us know what you think. Do you have any final thoughts, Ty?
If y'all disagree too, let us know.
Let us know.
'Cause we here for it. I'll comment in the Jones. Like I'll comment myself in those things. Because one dude made an insult to me one time. I didn't comment, but I will next time.
Yeah, yeah, it's all good. Know the trolls. Well, and with that said, like, subscribe. We coming back. We're making more content. We're excited. We're still on the move. And please come back. And until next time.